Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Circle of Debate podcast, episode 3, numero 3. This is Ivan C., your host, the Devious One. And obviously, I have my co-host, Ashley, this evening. I have the American hero with the IC belt, of course, Mr. Mike Lopez.
That's right. Here we go. Let's do this.
And also, we have the reputation killer of all killers. Oh, with them sunglasses, with the hat. I love it. Mr. Josh Bret Horton, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Straight up. All black tonight. All black. Even the fucking short. Check it out.
And, of course, today in this special episode, we have two very special guests. And let me go ahead and introduce him to you. He's a mess of all messes, but he creates a mess, but he's able to resolve that mess. And we call Mr. What a Mess, Mr. Robert Estrada.
Having it, man.
And also on his, beside him, we have the other, he's the ringleader one. The victory after victory guy. He is a decoy of all DeCoy, Mr. Leo Estrada, ladies and gentlemen.
Bringing the real IC belt with me.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you got that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and start this off. But before we do, we want to go ahead and actually give our first condolences to the guest family. So obviously, we all heard of what happened this past weekend. It was Chad. Obviously, he's a hero and a real true hero and a real good father. Paid him a lot of respects, and on behalf of all of us, a lot of love, support, and we'll miss you, man. And great times that you gave us. So that's Crime Time. Great, funny segments, and best believe that you're an inspiration to a lot of professional wrestlers and fans around the world as well. So we pray to you and pray, rest in paradise, brother. Rest in paradise.
Yeah, we actually had a chance to meet that cat this last year.
Where'd you guys meet him?
At Comic-Con.
Oh.
Yeah, in LA, the LA Comic-Con. We sat in on a panel, and it was Crime Time, Gentleman Jervis, and I remember Marty Elias from Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they all told some good stories. Who was there? Watts was there?
Yeah, oh yeah. Watts was, Eric Watts.
And then one of the WoW girls.
It was one of the best panels, probably the best thing that we saw all weekend. It was real cool, and he was a real nice dude, man. Yeah, those guys were real cool.
Yeah.
Every time, it was real cool insight on the business.
Man, I remember growing up watching them. Well, not growing up. I was a teenager by the time they was in there. But, yeah, I would put a bandana around my pants leg and roll one leg up, put the bandana around it like JTG. Yeah, man, but Crime Time, very entertaining tag team. They should have definitely held the tag titles, in my opinion.
Yeah, man.
But they gave them to the Spirit Squad at that time,
I don't want to get into that. But you know what? Let's start it off. So we're gonna go ahead and start off where we left off last week, about in regards for the IC tournament, and obviously crowning a new IC champ. And obviously now we found out the participants on SmackDown. And what do you guys think about? Let's start off with you, Mr. American Hero. The participants in the tournament, and who do you think will win it?
I kind of disagree with the entire concept of a tournament right now. I think that if you're going to have Brock Lesnar away for a year, and he is not going to give that title up, then neither should Sami Zayn. It's either you bring back a rule like the 30-day rule, like that used to be, or you just I don't know. I'm not really liking the tournament idea, but let's see how it goes. I'll give it a shot.
So who will you pick to win, though?
That's a tough one. Probably, I would say, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I want to see a couple of matches first, and then we'll see what happens there.
Okay.
Someone worthy has to really get this thing. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, Mr. Horton. what are your thoughts about the participant and who you think is a win?
I want to say just first off, how the fuck Cesaro is not in the tournament?
Very true.
Definitely should have been. And then they had Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak, and then they end up letting Gulak's contract run out. So he ends it on a high note. But who do I pick to win the tournament?
Yes.
Oh, man, I have to go. I want to go with Daniel Bryan. I think he wants to redeem himself for the Intercontinental title reign that he had right before he had to give it up and retire. I think he really wants to make this title mean something again, you know? And I think he'll have the opportunity to do that if he wins it. And I damn sure think that Sami Zayn, I'm going to have to disagree with Mike. He had to give up that title, you know? Brock Lesnar, he comes back at least every 3 months to 4 months. We can't have the IC title going for a fucking year or however. It might be longer than that until the vaccine. Sami Zayn's not coming back. So I agree.
Actually, I disagree. I think that devalues the title, or at least make an interim belt like the cruiserweight title. You know, I think if
that's what I was going to say. The same thing.
Yeah, go ahead. You're on my
no,
side.
No, you're right.
I was thinking
that.
they didn't want to do that because they're doing that same damn storyline in NXT, you know? Maybe that's why they didn't do that.
But it keeps the rules the same.
Yes, it does.
You know, it doesn't seem because it just seems like it's you know, it's chicken shit that you're gonna do it to Sami Zayn because he doesn't want to wrestle. He said he could stay home. You know, like, but you didn't say it was interim. He should be able to come back and, you know, get the title shot right off the bat. But
yeah, they could have done it like that and crowned a new.
But it's the WWE, man. Yeah, it's the WWE. Go figure.
I would have loved to see him keep the title, and then whenever Sammy comes back at WrestleMania or whatever, have a double Intercontinental title match like they did with Razor and Shawn back in the day, man.
Yeah, but you're right too, though. You know, having the same storyline going on the two different brands, it wouldn't. It's too much. So maybe they just had to shake it up that way.
That's why they just gave the women's title to Asuka for winning Money in the Bank too, because they didn't want to do another tournament. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Leo, what are your thoughts about this?
You know, I'm in that same boat with the whole, you know, stripping Sami Zayn and not, you know, letting him keep it like this. But I do like the interim title thing, like I did with the cruiserweight title. And like you guys just said with the whole, you know, champion versus champion sort of thing that they could do again.
Yeah.
But man, you know, barring some changes, like I think it's going to be, I don't know. It's just going to be, it's going to be a clusterfuck.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it will be.
It's inevitable, dude. Like you have all these now. You're having the brands jumping back and forth again, having wild card rules, and 4 times a year or a month you can come.
Yeah, like 4 times a year. I think that's how they put it. 4 times a year.
But they'll switch up the rules again, just like they did with the wild card rule. Only 3 or 4 superstars can come to a show, and then it ends up being 6 or 7 or whatever. They make the rules up as they go.
When you're recording the shows all at the same spot, and you're recording them like, you know, all at the same time, it's all the same show. Like whether it's SmackDown, NXT, it's just all the same shit. Like, you know, it's all together now and just whatever. Dude.
Who's even in the full bracket right now? Anyway.
Yeah, who's in the tournament?
As a matter of fact, which I wasn't going to describe that because I was just waiting for you guys. I would assume you guys would have known. But just to give our viewers as well, obviously it was in a tournament. Obviously we have, you know, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus is involved, which they're going to be fighting this week. So who's in advance? We already saw last week. It was Daniel Bryan and Gulak. We saw that. That was unexpected. I really wanted Gulak to actually move to the tournament because I think it was about his time to get, you know, some recognition. And the guy is not. I know he should have signed a new contract, but he didn't want to. So you know that's something that is cool. I mean, it's fine. I'm pretty sure there's more details.
It's a hell of a talent, though, man. That's one hell of a talent.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. What happened with Gulak was that he didn't want to not resign. It's just that from what I heard was that he wanted more money. And they weren't willing to budge on that, so they took the deal off the table and then let it expire. But I guess they're still talking to him.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
At the same time, they still might come to an agreement. You know, it's still time. There's still time to re-sign him.
Right.
He was in a good position.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's either that or he's the mystery participant in the casino battle, whatever thing going on in AEW.
That was my thought. That was my thought.
We'll get to that.
You know?
Yeah.
We'll get to that. So obviously we have them already. We already saw Elias advance against Bret Horton, and so he already advanced. Then we also have Shinsuke versus AJ Styles coming up this Friday. So that's gonna be an interesting one. I'm looking forward to see that.
That's WrestleMania, like main event caliber. Like that should be so much more important than it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Hopefully they have a better match than they had at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I hope so. I really hope they do. But it's
we don't want to see Nutcracker Nakamura anymore. Let me tell you that.
Right.
Sick and tired of it. But
you know, didn't AJ Styles do the same thing to win a match not long ago? He kicked somebody in the nuts and then did the title flash.
Yeah, to win the belt against Dean Ambrose. That was like no mercy.
Oh
yeah. No mercy.
Yeah.
He did that to Dean Ambrose. But that was no mercy. Yeah, it was no mercy or backlash.
No, backlash.
Backlash. There you go. Backlash. You're right. Backlash. Yep. So I mean, obviously, those are the participants. I don't like it. I don't like this tournament. I agree that it should have been an interim IC champ because it would have make as an interim. But the participants, I would have chose different people. That's people that needs to be more excelled. Like Gulak was one of them that I really wanted him to win. Actually, I would have chose him to win it. Have him versus Sammy. Why not? That would have been something, for the undisputed Intercontinental Championship. And they had it before, like how they had when back in the days when they had Michaels and Razor when they had two different belts. Same with the Rock. So it's like I don't know.
They don't know what they're doing about this whole thing because they don't even know how they don't know how they want to word it later on in history. Like they don't even want to mention it. They haven't even mentioned it at all. That what's going on, or the reasons why they had to make all these changes. So they're just making these changes like it never had, like nothing's really going on. So it doesn't make sense. So they don't want to say that because all of a sudden we're gonna have two champs. Why? Why do we have two champs? Well, because you had to strip Sami Zayn of the title. Why did they strip Sami Zayn of the title? Because you don't want to go to work. Why do you want to come to work? So they don't want to explain all that.
Yeah, they don't.
So it's just going to be too confusing to have too many of those things going on.
But now that you brought up all the participants, I forgot about fucking Jeff Hardy, man. They've been like promoting this guy big time with the video packages, like and the redemption stories. Never mind Daniel Bryan. I'm going with Jeff Hardy or fucking Sheamus. It's got to be one of them because I think Sheamus has never held the IC title, has he?
No.
Yeah,
he's never held it.
I think it's got to be Jeff or Sheamus. That's who the two that it's going to come down to. That's what I think.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on with that. Now, obviously, we had Raw, the highlights. I'm not going to get into Raw too much because The only thing that was for me is I want to know you guys obviously your opinions of it. As we saw Austin Theory, obviously people that knows about Austin Theory could actually see, his prior matches in Evolve, and great performer by the way. Now him jumping ships from one faction to another faction. You think it's a good move that he went with Rollins? So let me go ahead and ask Mr. Rob, what a mess.
I think it's a good move. It's a good look. You got a lot of story there. If you're gonna keep him around, I don't know. I think it fits. You have him, Rollins, and Murphy now. Like that's a good little three-man crew. They're like I think that could actually work. And they got some talent. Mold them. It's new. They're fresh. I'll run with it.
Leo, your thoughts?
And then you got the APA still coming back later. Then you got yourself a 5-man little gang.
That's true.
Oh, you got Muscle? Yeah, they're a solid.
The APA?
Yeah, that's the APA. The APA.
Authors of Pain. AOP.
OPP.
Like the APA are coming back. Holy shit.
Damn.
Yeah, all that shit.
Leo, your thoughts about this?
I actually really like it because, I mean, other than, he was a good replacement for that match at WrestleMania, he didn't fit with the group.
Nah.
But I do like this thing because he is so young, and then you have Seth Rollins, who is at this top level, taking in like somebody who is like considered like a literal wrestling protege and making him the best, in the business currently. His actual protege is, amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mike.
I think I'm the only one that doesn't like it. No, thank you. If you're gonna, I really don't. I don't like this whole adding more sidekicks to Seth Rollins. It makes me think of that one instance where Aleister Black ended up beating up Murphy instead of going after Rollins, and Rollins was literally right there. I feel like they just use these guys as punching bags so that Rollins gets away, right? And which is, I guess, the heel thing to do. But if you look back in time, you look at Evolution, where Triple H had Randy Orton and Batista going around, and those guys ended up being big stars. So I feel if Austin Theory is going to be part of a group, then okay, fine. But what I would like to see is Austin Theory going against his old group, or having his own rivalries within that group too.
Who's his old group?
His old group was with Zelina Vega, Andrade, and Angel Garza.
Don't you think that they're gonna do that though? Like, don't you think that they'll have like that'll be the feud right now? Like,
maybe, but since both groups are heel groups, probably they won't do that because they like having face versus heel. But
true.
I would like to see Austin Theory have his own thing too, not just be a shield for Seth Rollins.
I would like to see that little rivalry go down, because then you have like Andrade versus Rollins, and there'll be some good matches that you can get out of that.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, cool. that would be a good little feud. I would love to see that happen.
Leo, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, like I said, I loved it. The Austin Theory going with Seth Rollins, it's perfect. The thing about the punching bags, that you were referring to, like them just being, it is the perfect heel thing to do. But the thing is it's going to make it that much better when one of them realizes it and then eventually turns on him. And then that's where you get that good story from,
Yeah.
And then, if you do get an Austin Theory match, versus Rollins down the line, and you get that upset victory, that's going to be a big holy shit moment.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to be putting over one of them, at some point.
Yeah, or Murphy, because Murphy would be amazing over Rollins, like in a match, because Murphy's proven, he's
that's solid.
Legit.
Yeah, he's solid, man.
Josh, you're.
Well, I'm gonna have to say, Mike, man, you're the lone wolf on this. It's a fucking perfect fit, man. It's a perfect fit. The whole Monday Night Messiah character, the gimmick is about him getting disciples and shit,
He's gonna have to have a little crew. Yeah.
Picking people up while they're down. And Austin Theory's young. The guy's like, what, 22? He's learning from a former WWE champion right now in Seth Rollins. So, I mean, this is starting to it could elevate him and Murphy. Like one of y'all said earlier about Batista and Orton. Yeah, it could elevate them to after they get done with Rollins. Like, Rollins would be like the Triple H, right? And it would be like Orton and Batista maybe later on. And of course, Rollins needs somebody else more anyway, because AOP is out right now. So he's got to have another disciple. It just can't be just him and Murphy. And I just feel like it's the right decision. Perfect fucking fit. it makes more sense that he's with Rollins and Murphy than with Selena's group. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see maybe what's his name? Carrillo?
Humberto Carrillo.
Yeah, I'd like to see him turn heel and join that faction. Yeah, or somebody else.
Oh my
Somebody
God.
else.
I love Humberto Carrillo. I do. He's like one of my favorite new up and coming stars. And I appreciate you say he should be heel, but I don't know if you saw, if you caught that, like him coming to the ring with the mic. He fucking sounds like Nacho Libre.
Maybe he don't have to talk. He's got Selena. He's got Selena.
No, let him talk. That'll be perfect. Let him talk.
I was saying that Humberto and Angel Garza should be tag team partners. I was saying that when Angel was in NXT, and I didn't even know they was cousins. And then to find out they was cousins, I'm like, why not make these two a tag team? And then to pair them with Andrade, that's the perfect fucking faction right there. As for Austin Theory, perfect fit for him with Rollins. He can learn a lot from Rollins, and like he would be like the Orton of that group because he's so young. You know what I mean? And it's only going to elevate him more and build him up more.
I agree with that. I agree. You're alone with Mike. Sorry, American hero. You're alone with this one. But it's true because with this group, it fits him being with Rollins. Look at Buddy Murphy now. He's getting a little bit more time, a little bit more recognition.
So
Besides, and also his ring, in-ring skills is already spectacular. But adding now Theory to it, I hope they make him stronger.
I hope they get Mike time.
Mike time as well, and more wins. Like shit right now.
How is he on the mic? How's Austin on the mic?
I really haven't heard him on the mic, really, honestly. That's the only, which I agree on that part.
Yeah.
What was that promotion he was in? That
Evolve.
WWE.
Evolve.
Yeah, I seen him on there, and he seemed like he was pretty good. He seemed like he had everything down, and like he was ready to be called up. The way they presented him.
Yeah.
But
The kid got charisma, man. He has it. He has both charisma. He has the in-ring skills and the look.
You set him up. You set him up with the right guy. Him with Rollins, he should be all right, man.
Yeah,
I think it's all good.
I agree. So moving on, obviously. So now we got that out of the way. Now we're gonna have. Now we know at least one Backlash minute or two Backlash cards are coming up on June 7th. So I mean, was it June 7th? Oh, actually, before that. But we have Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. Obviously, honestly, it reminds me of TNA. I'm not with it. But I mean, at least it gives Drew McIntyre has now another like a threat to finish the title. So I'm okay with it, but I'm still mad about it. Your thoughts, Robert?
They're losing me, man. This is where they're losing me. Like, I mean, I used to be watching this shit religiously, but like, this is where they're losing me. Like, there's nothing behind those that there's no hype behind this match for the title. I mean, I don't know what's going on with either one of them. They really messed with Bobby Lashley on his re-entry to this company. Like you could have did some other stuff with him, man, from the get-go. Like, this guy is a beast. You should have marketed him that way. Now it's just like it's not even scary. Like, and this is like two bohemians. These are two big dudes. It should be like, who cares? Like, I don't care. Like, that sucks. It's like that, but like, there's nothing really behind it. Like, there's no substance. There's no story to tell. Unless you're gonna have this MVP and this new little faction, like I do something here. But I don't see him dropping the title.
No, too soon.
Lashley, not this early. So I don't know what you're planning to get out of it, especially if you're trying to build up Lashley. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were trying to build him up. How are you going to build him up and not have him go over? And I feel like that's what they want to do. That's what they've been trying to do with this cat. That's why they had him in that other storyline with Lana, and they kept them up there. They kept them relevant. I guess it was part of their biggest thing going on. I guess, but it was like horrible story. It was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Leo, your thoughts?
I love it. I do. especially with him getting angry now and MVP talking crap. It's entertaining. I like this whole MVP feels like he's, you know, like he's Heyman, you know, like giving a pep talk, you know, and this is you know, his Lesnar, you know, Lashley. I dig it. I could see potential in what they want to do with it because that's the vibe I'm getting from it. And I don't know if you caught that in the R-Truth match versus Bobby Lashley. He had an amazing part. He's a what, you Debo Lashley now? You tried to Debo me?
Oh shit!
And when he said that, you know, I felt that. He is Debo Lashley now. And that's okay. You know, if he's going to be like that powerhouse angry, like,
I hope so.
You know, and you have MVP, you know, on the stick for him, I think this could be something. And then, you know, you guys were saying, oh, it's too early to take it off. Okay, yes and no. I mean, you could do a hot shot back and forth between them just to make sure we know that Lashley is that threat. And then we could put it right back on Drew. And it wouldn't hurt either of them. It would only build up that hunger for the title. And it would build up Lashley simultaneously, so we know he's still a killer, you know?
Because Brock is still under contract. He's still going to come back. They're still gonna
and then that sets that.
Yeah, that does set up that whole feud right there.
Ooh.
I think even giving the belt to Lashley might be a smarter move. Him coming back and having a feud straight up with Lashley to get it back. I don't know.
I could see that. All right, Josh, your thoughts?
I'm a fan of Brock. Not Brock, but Bobby, Lashley, and Drew McIntyre. So whoever the fuck wins, I don't care. But at one point in time, MVP, Bobby Lashley, Kenny King, the Beatdown Clan, that was a thing in TNA.
Samoa Joe? He was
yeah. I don't know if was he part of the Beatdown Clan too?
He was, yeah.
Well, the Beatdown Clan MVP already led Lashley to one world championship, and here we go again. And then everybody's forgetting about Lana. How do we keep Lashley looking strong if Lashley loses to Drew and don't win the title? I'll tell you how. We keep Lashley looking strong by having Lana cost him the fucking match, which was going to lead to their divorce, because he's not going to need her when he's got MVP managing him. He's not going to need Lana. So
and then they're going to fire her.
Yeah.
I bet you that's how it's going down. Like, yo, they're just like putting her out. They're just setting her up.
I'm calling it right now. The only reason they didn't release her ass when they released Rusev is because of this storyline. And when they get done with it, bye-bye, Lana. And your little annoying ass and your fucking loud ass screaming backstage every time I have to take like 3 Tylenols after I hear this bitch scream. And she's awful. Bitch is awful. She can't wrestle. She can't fucking cut a promo. She sucks.
All she had to do was show them legs.
Yeah.
that was it. He had one job. He had one job to do.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they could put on a competitive match and then have Lana calls Lashley the match, and then leads to Lana and Lashley getting a divorce, and then bye-bye, Lana. See you later. Go be with Rusev wherever company he goes. That's what I think.
Mike?
I think I heard CM Punk say something about a Shark Tank and hanging Lana on it or something. That was the next part of the storyline, and so far he's been calling it.
She should have fell in it.
You know, I like
a real Shark Tank.
Oh.
Did she block you on Twitter too?
She blocked them on. She'll be about to pretty soon if she hears this shit.
I'll make sure to forward it to her.
Yeah.
No, I like it. You know, I feel that this feels to me like the next chapter in Drew's title reign. Really, you're building up Bobby Lashley to be, you know, stronger now, and MVP is kind of, you know, pulling him in the right direction. So definitely, like Josh said, he has to get away from Lana, and I think that's the direction that they're going in. So yeah, that I feel like Lana's contract might, or whatever is going to be in jeopardy pretty soon.
Like all this time in these empty arenas, like all this time that's going on that they haven't had any real shows, is going to be like a time frame that's going to be forgotten. Like as soon as it goes, like they can have a new arena back, this is going to be wiped out. Like we have new champs. They're going to have everybody get back in place. And they're going to start like all over again. Because like I don't know, it just doesn't seem like none of this is solid.
Yeah,
like
only the fucking hardcore fans are still watching, man. And it's hard for us to watch. It's hard for me to get to the show with no fans in the crowd, no crowd reaction. You don't know.
Some of it's good. Some of it's good though. Like I like some of it like that because I'm a New Japan kind of fan.
Yeah,
and
AEW's been able to do it all right, but
AEW.
I know John Cena wouldn't be able to survive right now. Yeah, with the no fans. Calling everything out. Hell no, he wouldn't be able to last right now.
No, you're absolutely right about that. He wouldn't survive for this. I agree. Well, let's go ahead and move on with that. So we're actually one more before anything. This is one thing that actually kind of pissed me off, but I kind of understood why. Now they call it that. The greatest wrestling match ever. Really? Randy Orton and Edge is your greatest wrestling match of all time. Let me break it down to you first for the viewers. Vince does not like the word wrestling. Never did. Ever. He banned that word. And now they brought it back. Why? Because Paul Heyman loves that word. Paul Heyman is the one being in Vince's ear. Like, this is good shit. And now Vince is like, all right, let's do it. But you can't call this shit a greatest wrestling match ever. No disrespect to both of those talents, but it's not. For me, that should not be called just a regular match. What are you guys' thoughts? I want to hear it from the American Hero. What are your thoughts?
Listen, when you think the greatest match, you think names like Benoit, Guerrero, Angle, Owen Hart, or stuff like that. Technical wrestlers. To me, no offense to Randy Orton, but he's not been the most. I mean, he's good, but to say he's part of the greatest wrestling match is stretching it a bit. And usually those kinds of accolades are put on matches after they happen, not before. It's like if your friend tells you, "Hey, I've seen the greatest movie of all time. You want to watch it?" And you go on and you watch it, and it's okay, But if you go in with all those expectations, you're more than likely going to be let down. So that's how I'm seeing it.
Josh?
Oh, man. I don't even know where to fucking start. Oh, God. The greatest wrestling match ever? Really? You cannot have the greatest fucking wrestling match ever without a crowd. I don't give a damn if you have a 6-star or 7-star match. It's just not going to happen for me. Because I'm not going to be invested in it. Because there's no fucking crowd reaction to what's going on. I don't care how good of a match they put on. At the end of the day, no matter how good it is, it's not going to be the greatest wrestling match of all time. You're trying to compete with fucking Bret Hart and the British Bulldog at, fucking Wembley Stadium. You're trying to compete with Owen and Bret at WrestleMania 10. You're trying to compete with all those Guerrero and Benoit matches. There's no way in fucking hell it's even going to come close. And all it's doing is putting a bunch of pressure on the Randy Orton and Edge. That's all it's doing. That's all it's doing. And at the end of the day, we all know when this match is said and done, it's not going to live up to the expectations. I hope it does, but I can guarantee you it won't. And just like Mike said about the movie, it's like somebody telling you it's the greatest movie ever before you watch it. I had my sister tell me that this movie on Netflix is a good movie, and if I don't think it's a good movie, then she'll give me $50. So I'm gonna watch the movie, and if it's good, I'm gonna lie, and I'm gonna still get the $50. So either way, you know what I mean?
Not gonna lie, you had me in the first half.
Right? Yeah. Leo, your thoughts about it?
I love it.
You gotta be shitting me.
Here's why. Because you can go so many routes with this, and I have been digging the zero crowd, and here's the thing. When it comes down to it, we're supposed to be watching a sports-based presentation here, right? It's a competition. You don't need fans there to react. Yes, okay, I get it. It's awesome like that, and it's cool being part of that crowd. But at the base of what they're doing here, it's a sports-based competition, right? So they're not even supposed to really be concerned about fans. Like, if this is a best wrestling match, you're not listening to anything. You're in your zone, and you're focusing on tearing apart that person. Like in the UFC stuff, where they're having these empty arena, and they're still having the same badass matches and stuff like that, right? But the thing is, you could do it so many different ways. They could either literally try to have like a straight up wrestling match and do like all the best stuff possible and make it really about that. Or you could even go the other route and make it the best, like professional wrestling match, and you can throw in all the dramatic bits and everything like that. As far as the two competitors involved, Edge has only been back for what? One match and a Rumble? So, right. I bet you he's got a lot of stuff he's been thinking about for these 9 years and wants to do. Can he execute it? We'll see. That's Randy Orton, on the other hand, he is, one of the best ever as far as wrestling goes. He look at his matches; they're virtually flawless. Like whether you like the guy or not, he's smooth. Everybody who works with it's what wrestling is. He does his role perfectly.
13 title reigns.
Yes. So if you look at it, they have a real opportunity to potentially pull off the best wrestling match ever, with an asterisk, depending, who you ask.
And then they're the last ones from that era of wrestlers, arguably the best era of wrestlers that you can came across,
Mm-hmm.
And we got to see what they can do. I think Randy Orton's been holding back for a lot of these years. I think he can do a lot more than he lets on.
And that's the thing with the crowd too, is everything has to be super tight. Everything has to look great. And now it's their chance for these two absolute veterans to just tear the house down, with what they can do. And you're not going to see holes. You're not going to see all these stupid botches or anything. It's going to be straight up legit.
And then, like I said, like in Japan, they've had like great matches. Like it was like Finn Balor with Prince Devitt versus Loki, one of the Super Juniors, and it was in Japan. It's quiet for a lot of those matches. They'll have arenas and they don't talk, and it's real super quiet. You hear everything going on, and it tells a whole story. You don't need to know about the backstory of what's going on. You'll figure it out, and it was good wrestling, and you're invested, and it's something different, but it can be done. You can see real quality stuff, Well,
I mean, let's hope they're able to do it. But I still would not call it the greatest wrestling match ever.
I don't know, because that WrestleMania thing was too long and boring.
I can't call it that. Yeah. I can't call it that. That match was, I think, in that card of WrestleMania was the longest.
Yeah, it was 30 minutes or 30 something. Yeah,
37 minutes, I think it was.
Way too
long. Almost like
way
too. 47 minutes? I thought it was 37.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was 37 minutes of that match. But it was long.
I thought they would still fight.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody thought that.
Yeah, all I remember was that big ladder in the background that they never used.
Yeah.
That's all I can remember. I was like, they're going to use that thing? And then they never did. I was like, oh, geez.
Oh, no, I agree with that. Like, I'm just, nah. But I still, no matter what, I mean, I get what you're saying, Mr. DeCoy. But I would not call it the greatest match ever.
Hell no. Hell no.
No.
Hasn't happened yet.
Ask it again after it happens.
It could be.
But
it could be.
It could be. But we'll find that out. We'll find that out.
Crazier shit's happening, man. I don't know. That should all of a sudden be the thing. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll find out. But let's go ahead and move on now. Now we're going to go to NXT. Now that NXT announced last week that they're doing NXT TakeOver in Your House, that brings back a lot of childhood memories. Now, so far, we already saw updated cards for that upcoming pay-per-view. Obviously, the first one you could tell was when Cross was challenged by Ciampa. What are you guys' thoughts? I think it's gonna, for me, I'll rather go first to skip it, but I think it's gonna be the hell of a match, and I'm hoping that they don't squash Ciampa on this match. But if they do, I think they're doing it for a reason because they invested a lot in Killer Cross. That entrance is the best entrance of all as of right now in NXT. I don't give a damn what anybody says, but it's the best one of all. And if they do that, it's understanding, but I hope not. So let me go on and ask Mr. Leo this. What are your thoughts of that match happening?
I love it. It's just really good. You know, Killer Cross or Karrion Kross now. You know, that's what Rob and I were talking about earlier. I think you were probably there too, Ivan, when we were at Bar Wrestling.
Yes.
And we had some drinks with the man.
Yes, we did.
And I'm really excited for it. His work is awesome. And then to go against Ciampa right off the bat, like you can't ask for a better match, you know, down there in NXT. Like that, this almost feels more important than the championship match.
Yeah, it's up
at
there.
least to me. Like I'm more invested in this than any of the title stuff going on with either of the titles right now, to be honest. Just because, you know, it's Killer Cross and Ciampa. And we've all been waiting for Ciampa to get his, you know, and so now it's these two guys, you know, who need this win. It's not even like, you know, oh, you know, it's okay for this guy. No, they both need this win. Like, it's not okay if one of them loses. They both need to win.
I'm with you, Ivan, though. I'm a little worried about what they're doing with Ciampa. Ever since he made that comment, like, you know, if they try to pull him up to the main roster, that he's just going to retire. Ever since he said that, I've been really worried about what they might do with his career. And if you see they're moving him away from that title, ever since then, and I have a feeling that, you know, with this whole Karrion Kross thing, they're having too much to invest because that's a big time match. But they're gonna put Ciampa through the ringer, I think, and he's gonna put over guys like that's the guy that can do it in any type of match. I hope they don't abuse this man and just use him as a stepping stone for other cats. Because
exactly, I agree with you 100% of that. That's my major concern too, because if that happens, what the fuck? You pretty much just buried the guy. You just gave him the championship. And he had to relinquish it, and then you're not giving him an opportunity to regain it back. Yeah. And that's what my fear is on this one. But, you know, I'm hoping that they use Ciampa to put fucking badass matches, which he's always have. Yeah. And I hope that he does with Cross. I hope they do it. Yeah. So
that guy, that Cross is, hey man, he's like, you could tell way back when we saw him that he had that man, and he's gonna do some justice to it, dude. Like I'm excited for this cat.
Yep. All right.
What's going on?
Man, we're just talking shit about you.
We're just
Yes, I got naked and everything. It was wild.
I went to take a piss break, and it was like the longest fucking piss break ever. It was like, damn.
Oh, yeah.
The never-ending piss break.
All right, Mike, let's start off now with your thoughts in regards for this one.
You know, I think that, first of all, I'm new to seeing Killer Kross, like I mentioned before. So far, I'm liking everything that I see. His entrance, like you said, is one of, if not the best in NXT. Yeah, I see definitely a lot of potential there. And, you know, if you make Ciampa lose, then I would like to see Kross earn that victory, you know, not just squash. I feel that there's more of a importance if you earn it, right? That he's in the big leagues now. Even if it is NXT, you know, the competition is going to be tough, but that he's even able to come across victorious, even with one of the best there. It makes things interesting. You know, it's not just a squash match. But yeah, let's see what happens. And yeah, I have Kross winning on that one.
Hey, you should check him out in his indie career because even in Mexico he was huge and like he was undefeated. Yeah, he's been undefeated like 2+ years. They no one's pinned or submitted this cat. Like he's held titles everywhere with these long records. Like he's world renowned. If it wasn't here it would be in Japan where he's gonna just explode. You know, like because this dude is he's the one, dude. Like I can't wait for him to blow up.
Oh no, I absolutely agree because I think he was waiting for that contract to be up with AAA, and he was a free agent. Everybody was on board with it, even when New Japan.
Yeah.
And so I know WWE put I don't know what was the money wise, but by the way how it looks of it, they really put a lot of money into this guy. So
as they should, man. Like,
I agree. That's what they should. Yeah, because this guy, when Robert and Leo and I, we went to bar wrestling, saw him especially. Whoa. But wow, I mean, he
a real humble cat too.
Very humble.
Real cool guy, real humble cat. Like that dude wasn't a fool himself. He knew what was what. And if you go on like a social media stuff too, you'll know like the picture he's been painting, like coming up, has been solid. It's been real cult like it really dark, but it's been really good. Everything he puts out there seems like he's doing a promo.
Definitely, I definitely agree with that. So I'm looking forward to see what's gonna like with Killer Cross. I hope they push it. I hope. My other fear is, before we move on, is I don't want, if they're gonna invest with him in NXT, keep him there. He don't deserve to go to the main. Don't go to the main roster. They'll bury him. Don't give him to Vince, because Vince. I'm sorry, Vinnie Mac, you're gonna bury him. I'd rather have Page have him.
I don't know. Vince likes those guys like Killer Cross, man.
He should.
As soon as he sees this guy, I don't think Killer Cross is going to be in NXT long. I really don't. I think as soon as Vince sees him, he's gonna. We need this guy on the main roster. Like I don't think he's gonna be in NXT long.
I can see that.
Yeah, but I can see him getting pulled up quick.
He needs to keep squashing motherfuckers like Goldberg did in WCW. And him and Scarlett, they kind of remind me of that movie, The Natural Born Killers. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's badass. The entrance, like y'all said, is badass. This guy's the total package, man. When I first saw him in Impact, I was tweeting and telling him, you are going to be a future WWE champion. And here he is in NXT right now, making it happen.
He makes Ciampa look small too. He makes Ciampa look small.
Oh yeah.
Damn, he looks like he's a beast, dude.
Little miniature Triple H is gonna get his ass whooped by Killer Cross. That's what should happen. There's no way in hell Ciampa should win that match. No way. What does he get out of it? It's not gonna build him up any more than he already is. Cross needs to win the match.
If there's no special stipulations, I can see like being a DQ of some sort. Depending on, I can see something like that happening. But I mean, it's something that make them both look pretty strong coming out of it. Brave Prop in a rematch, or maybe the three of them go 3 matches. I can see them stretching that out to some big long feud.
They should.
Yeah, you can work that out and not make them both look strong. Maybe. I mean, because they both can work. They both can work. Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, I agree.
But fuck Goldberg.
Man, I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and take a little quick break. We're having a little technical difficulty here, but we'll get that fixed in a moment. So we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back reviewing the rest of NXT. So don't be space tuned, okay? All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Circle Debate podcast. We apologize for the inconvenience. We're having a little bit technical difficulties with mainly me, but we already got that fixed. Now, moving on forward, what we were discussing in NXT with the highlights. So we already saw that with Karrion Kross now being challenged by Ciampa. Now we'll go ahead and move on with the Garganos now. Now, this is another interesting one that will also be added in the TakeOver, in your house card. Now we're going to have the Garganos, Candice LeRae, and Johnny Gargano challenging Mia Yim and Keith Lee. So before I give my thoughts, I'll give my thoughts to last. I'm going to go ahead and give these thoughts to the Killa of all Killas, Mr. Bret Horton. What are your thoughts about this upcoming intergender tag match? What are your thoughts about it?
Man, it's like It seems like there's too many fucking couples. Like, what the fuck's going on with this? It's like, yeah. Have you not noticed that?
Yep.
Too many fucking couples. I don't know what they're trying to do here, but
Yep.
Maya Yim, Keith Lee versus Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. What? I could give a fuck about it. I really could. I don't give two shits about it. When did you say this is happening? Is this at TakeOver?
Yes, TakeOver.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I was in the bathroom taking a piss when this shit was going on. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like it. I definitely don't like it. I like Keith Lee. The rest of them I really don't care for. Really don't. Really don't. Who do I see winning? I would hope they would keep pushing Keith Lee and Maya Yim.
Rob, your thoughts?
I like it, man. Having this kind of match, like they're on the card. Anything with Keith Lee is going to be good, and you have Keith Lee and Gargano, it's going to be good. And then you have, the girls are going to be able to hold their own. This is going to be like an interesting dynamic. I think they could pull it off. I mean, NXT never ceases to amaze me. So they're going to do this. They're going to eventually start doing this anyway, where they're going to have intergender kind of back and forth. It's going to have to start somewhere, and this could be a good one, to set the precedent, because these are all vets. They should be able to pull this off. So it's Keith Lee, man. What's up?
Yeah. Leo, your thoughts?
I hate intergender wrestling.
Yeah. Me too.
I mean, I love it. No, it doesn't do it for me. The intergender thing, on special occasions, when it was done right, like back in the Attitude Era when China was the only one doing it, that sort of thing. When it makes sense, when you have a beast of a woman who could do something, but you don't need intergender all the time. Although I do like the feuds between the couples. I dig it because you're bringing the reality, into the art, which is cool, because, Mia Yim and Keith Lee, they're a couple, right? Or some shit. And then the other people, they're all couples. There's a real life thing. You don't need to have matches at the same time against each other. But, I mean, a lot of good singles matches out of all these different combinations is good television. And then if you have that whole added aspect where you get that other person more TV time, being at ringside, then these are good things. Especially with the talent involved, because they're all great. Keith Lee, Mia Yim, Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae. More TV time for them isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially with this whole thing that they're doing, the dinner with the Garganos.
Dinner with the Garganos? I'm sorry, I haven't even heard that yet.
Oh, you haven't seen the promos?
No.
You got to watch the promos for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I am tired of this whole, if you're not paired up with somebody, or you're not a couple, it's overdone. Too much of that, just drama. Yeah, no need for any of it. If you have Gargano versus Keith Lee, you're gonna have yourself a great match. Just get them together, it doesn't have to be the couple thing.
Yeah.
You either keep them together or separate them completely. The storylines need to be taken apart. Or either you guys are both going for your individual titles, or you guys are going for one of your titles. Keep them on one or the other, but having them on both, just cause much.
American Hero, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. To me, it's just another match. I know that Keith Lee, he has been getting kind of a push lately. I'd like to see that more. I see good things for his career. The intergender stuff. I used to like the what was it, the mixed match challenge?
Yeah, the mixed match challenge.
Yeah.
Taking my catchphrase?
No, it was cool. It was a good side thing on Facebook and whatnot, and it was fun. It wasn't meant to be taken too seriously. But with this, I guess as a one-off, we'll intergender wise, sure, why not? Let's put it in there, right? So for me, it's let's see who wins.
Well, like on this one, I love it because I agree with Rob on this because, we've known Keith Lee and Gargano back in the indie scenes, especially in the PWG days, and especially Keith Lee. Big fan of his, love his performance. He's the mixture, obviously, of Bam Bam and Stan Hansen to me. Straight out. It's a mixture of that. I don't mind it. Intergender stuff, I mean, it hasn't happened in a while. I mean, if you come to think about it, it hasn't really happened in a while when it comes to an intergender tag match, and especially on a pay-per-view card. I don't mind this couple versus couple, but I think what I'm liking right now is seeing the side of Candice LeRae. That's another one that, Leo and Rob and myself could agree we've seen them prior before, bar wrestling and, other indie promotions. I've never seen the side of her being this heel. And I like it. And I'm hoping they push more the character with her and also with Gargano as well. I hope to make it – I hope this is a start. I think it's a stepping stone for them. And I think it'll escalate more later on. But I would love to see in the future them two versus Cross and Scarlett Blue. So that's
another couple.
Another couple. That's
Hey,
another one that I think that's a build-up for it. And I will not be surprised if that happens. Like in TakeOver before WrestleMania.
Oh wait, can I say something?
Yeah.
What about did you guys see Candice LeRae's new finisher?
Yeah.
When she stomped the shit out of somebody
that's
and
real
murders them with her foot.
curb stop is like that one's legit.
Like,
it's ridiculous.
I showed it to my dad. He's like, "What the fuck?"
No, it's brutal. It's really brutal. It's like yo, that's a curb stop. Dog.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's a hate crime depending on who's doing it. Hey, but you know what? I gotta take it back. Now thinking about it, the heat they had on Keith Lee seems to be like they're backing off it, which they shouldn't be doing. Like, to have a high profile match like that, dude shouldn't be having this. Yeah, I take that back. And no, that mixed match challenge wasn't good. That was a waste of time.
I
It was bullshit. Like it was just it was stupid. Like it was really no need for it. Nobody cared about it. No one's gonna talk about it ever again.
I watched a couple of matches out of it, and I couldn't watch anymore.
Yeah, there was really no point to any of that. Like it really wasn't. But Keith Lee should not be involved in this. He should be keep him away from his girl and have nothing to do with him and being in a relationship with nobody. And he needs to be spotlighted. That's the one right there.
Yeah.
Wasn't he face to face with Brock Lesnar?
Yes, he was. He was the one. Yeah, he was the one that put on the. Yeah, he was the one that came off with all that heat. And then
now look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
They could have built from that moment and kept building him as a fucking beast. Brock was even impressed with his fucking size.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You should be having him and Gargano if you want to do that. Do it 1-on-1. They could put it on. It would be a great match. They have that separate, but they should not be taken away from that dude's heat.
Yeah.
He should be definitely doing something, some other program, dude.
Definitely. No. I definitely I could agree with that. Because especially, I would like to see Mia Yim versus Candice, by themselves. I love Mia's work. We've seen her in bar wrestling, obviously, so I like her work, and she has that. I just wish that she could build that character more. It's not really, it's not really, attracting the audience. Not really fully to me. I get it as she's Malaysian, she's mad,
still working out. She's young, but she's got it, man. She got it. Yeah,
definitely, I agree with that. But let's go ahead and move on with that. So let's go ahead and move on with obviously another match that is going to happen in that takeover, which will be obviously Damian Priest, which we all know as Punishment Martinez, versus Finn Balor at Takeover. I want to go ahead and get my thoughts first. I love it. Why? Because what did I say last week? I said Balor working with these talents is going to put them over, and it should be honored. Just like Crimson was honored to beat Finn Balor, that should be an honor and respect. because of what this man's resume, what he has, especially in New Japan. You should be honored of facing this guy, and he's gonna put Damian Priest over in that match, and I hope it happens. I hope that will be the best match in the card, in my opinion. I hope it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want Ciampa and Cross to be the best one, but I want this one.
No, definitely. Like,
yeah,
a show stealer.
Yeah, I want this one to be the show stealer, though. That's what I want. So I love it. I like the fact that they're giving. I love Finn that came back, and now obviously, like how I said last week, working with these talents because it builds them up. Period. So Rob, your thoughts about it?
I agree with you, man. Like, I can't wait for that one. That one's gonna be great. Anything with Finn Balor right now, I mean, like everything he's putting on. Even him and the Trevor Lee thing, dude. Like I'm, like or the Trevor, what's his name? Gaines or Grimes? Grimes, whatever. Yeah, Trevor Lee. Like that's like that cat that they have the potential like to steal one too. Like that one's good. Like that Balor versus anybody's gonna be like good for everybody, man. So.
Definitely. Leo, your thoughts?
I really like both of these people in this match. I think it should be a good match, but I don't know. I'm scared that they might not mesh well. Their styles are really different. The size difference is really weird. Because any other day we should see. I was going to call him Punishment. I mean, he is Punishment, but Damian Priest, which is a name I do like. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
He should be just mowing over people like no mercy, especially somebody of Finn's size compared to him. I mean, I know it shouldn't be a size thing or whatever, and Finn's really amazing, but, like, it is too early and it isn't for him to be having this like high of a match. Like it should be somebody against somebody else. Like, cause they're gonna have a big back and forth. So like I want to see it versus somebody that it makes more sense with. But I love Finn. And I hope he loses because then we get some Demon Finn hopefully down the line.
Good point.
Mike, fuck that, dude. Like, nah, dude, we've seen that shit already. Like, nah, we don't need that. Like, why we don't need to be like, nah, we got a different Finn. That Finn's done with. Like, let him, evolve. Like he maybe do that later on in his career, but like, fuck all that. Unless he does some type of variation of it, like some type of heel that's like darker kind of variation, but it not have to be the same kind of demon and shit. I like like when he was in the Indies, he came out with a bunch of dope different little get-ups when he would come out. He came out as Bane.
Oh, yeah.
He came out as the Joker. He came out as the Terminator. Like, he's dope shit.
Yeah.
Do something like that, but I don't know about the demon.
Yeah.
Leave that in the past.
Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this definitely has the potential to steal the show. Yeah, I mean, as far as the demon situation, I like the idea of him bringing that back down the line. Take the loss, build up Damian Priest, and seeing the demon, and we'll see what happens there. Yeah, for me, I think Damian Priest is going to take it, and Finn is doing his job, bringing talent up.
No, don't get me wrong. No, Finn's going over, in my opinion. I think Damian Priest is gonna look good. He's gonna make him look good. He's not gonna lose any steam off this. But you're gonna get Finn and Walter, and that's what's gonna happen. And you're not gonna take the heat off of Finn. Finn's still the man. Like really. And then Finn needs to get a championship shot, and then you do that program. So without him keeping consistently winning, that's not gonna happen. And that's the money draw right there. So I think you're gonna see Finn's gonna go over. He's gonna and Damian Priest is gonna look good. But yeah, because then after when all this clears up, you got Finn versus Walter, and that's going to be a fucking match.
JB, what are your thoughts, Mr. Horton?
Oh man, I still don't like Finn in NXT. I don't like seeing people that's been in NXT forever go to the fucking main roster and then get back in NXT. I just don't see the fucking point of it, man. He's already been the NXT champion, already done all that shit. I want to see this motherfucker getting rematches and or winning again the Universal title or winning his first ever WWE title. I don't want to see him doing all this bullshit. This
In
is
a
like
perfect world, yep. In a perfect world, but you know, like where he was at, he was getting just murdered.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
I know.
This
But
sucks.
this is, I guess, it's what he needed. A little bit of time away from the main roster, so that when he comes back, he's gonna feel fresh again. But they should have never ruined him like that to start with. You know
But
what I mean?
I don't agree with this main roster. I think NXT is main roster. I mean, that's the product you want to be on. Like, that's where the spotlight's at. That's where all the good matches are.
The goal for me as a wrestler, if I was a wrestler, it would not be the NXT title. It's that WWE Championship. And if any one of those NXT wrestlers tell you they would rather win the NXT title than the WWE Championship or the Universal title, they're fucking lying.
Oh yeah.
They're lying.
Oh yeah.
They're
Oh, you're absolutely right. But what ends up happening is they get their career just like destroyed by with all this hard work, and then they don't get used right, and they don't see any of it. Where if they stayed in NXT or if you go to NXT, you can be relevant and you can have longevity in your career, and you can be building for investing in yourself to where they're going to have to pay you that money.
Yeah.
Or you're going to be even at the WWE or New Japan or AEW is going to pay you that money if you can build it now. If you have that platform, and you won't have that platform on Raw or SmackDown. You'll get those matches in NXT though. You'll get those takeover matches, and that's what's going to put you over. Those are the fans that loyal, that push on that were to happen to you. That's your bargaining chip, I think. And I mean, I agree with you. I mean, everybody wants to be on that main stage, but the way they do it up there now it's so garbage. It's not even Vince McMahon. It's the networks. I mean,
they just gotta fucking. They ruined it. They ruined him when he returned after he surrendered the Universal title, and then he returned. When they first fucking came from Japan, they should have put Gallows, Anderson, Finn, and AJ all together, like I said the week before.
Yes, sir. Yep.
It's bullshit. Mm-hmm. Who do I think is gonna win, Damian Priest or Finn Balor? I mean, does it make Finn look bad if he loses since he's a former Universal Champion? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that Damian Priest has been built up enough, but maybe he needs to win. So I'm hoping that he does win because, I'm hoping he wins.
Definitely. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. We're going to go ahead and move on with the main event, which is obviously we saw Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley. I said this last week, 2 weeks ago. Don't be predictable. And last week we said, I love it that with Timothy Thatcher that was unexpected, him turning his back on Matt Riddle. That was unexpected. But then you're coming off with another predictable situation. Basically, it was bound to happen that it was going to be a triple threat. And that's going to be announced. And I'm jumping the gun. It's going to be announced at TakeOver. Be Charlotte versus Io versus Ripley at TakeOver. This was so fucking obvious. You could tell. I mean, do you guys agree or not that this was predictable that this was going to happen? You can't bury Io, first of all. That's the bottom line. You can't. She has to be at that level because you paid a lot of money to bring her. She could literally leave and go to Stardom back if she wants to. Bottom line. But you paid a lot of money for her to come to the States and still have not given her the belt. I hope she wins the belt because I want everybody just to be like, bam, oh, that was unexpected. So, I mean, your thoughts, Rob? Yeah.
The building about them getting paid, I think they're one of the lowest paid, actually, as far as women wrestlers go. Yeah, I don't think they're not getting it's like the equivalent to the American stars. I think that was one of the discrepancies that some of the Japan wrestlers, especially the women, were having with the WWE. But
but it's different. It's international compared to women in the States and international is different. We don't know what type of contract they have with them, but I'm pretty sure it's something that is something low under the table type of thing that they're getting.
You can stretch out this whole Charlotte reign with an NXT title though if you do it this way, because then she could retain the title and not really have to lose. I say she doesn't lose to both of them, or one of them can, one of them did not get pinned, or she could lose the title, but I don't think they're going to drop it this soon. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
Because you're right though, because you've been trying to build her up so much.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that bothers me, to be honest, because of that. It's just that you build her up so much and then you drop her back down. Like you have her in the title hunt and jump. Like the hell with it. Just throw her to the main roster. Have her feud with fucking Asuka. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Have them 3 girls together.
Exactly. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
That would be sick.
But you know,
hold on. What? I came back and we're gonna see 3 girls together. What happened?
So, what are your thoughts being a triple threat match now?
Well, I was paying attention to this guy double fisting his beers over here, which was delightful. But anyways, yeah, I you said it, you hit it on the nose. Predictable for the 3-way. This is a good way to get the belt off of Charlotte. Without her losing. Io could easily pin Ripley or vice versa. And then Charlotte can go back and do her major business on the main roster. And, having gave NXT that rub, that it needed for a little while. And meanwhile, you can either make a new champion out of Io or make an even more dominant champion out of Ripley. And, see where it goes after that.
Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that, for example, this past Wednesday, we had the Io versus Ripley match with no winner. So there's still that question of who would win, and if you get the title off of Charlotte, regardless of who it is, you get to have that match again. And then seeing who's going to win. So for me, either Ripley or Io can pin each other and get the belt off of Charlotte. She goes off to Raw or SmackDown now and feud with whoever it is that she's going to feud with next. So that way, Io and Ripley can have their feud.
Does she get to pick what show? She can go wherever the fuck she wants, man.
At this point,
she does whatever she does.
She can do whatever she wants.
She already used up her car terms like this whole week. It was Wednesday and she had already used them all up.
Yeah, I don't know why she was on 205 Live. It was weird.
Yeah, right?
What? You're joking, right? You gotta be shit.
No, I thought she went too far when I saw her on Main Event. She was on Main Event too.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
They actually started Sunday Night Heat again just so she could be there.
Oh my god! That was even horrible. Josh, your thoughts about this one?
Yeah, like everybody's saying, too much fucking Charlotte. Too much fucking Charlotte. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I mean,
she's the only one that wants to work.
Yeah, what the fuck's going to go on? I think, like, I don't know. Maybe plans is going to change now that Becky is gone. Maybe they're going to need Charlotte full time back on the main roster. I don't know, but I think the triple threat match. I don't think Io. I don't think she's winning it. I don't think it's her time. I don't think she's been built up enough. I hate fucking triple threat matches unless everybody's already had a singles feud together and then they have the triple threat match. You know what I'm saying? But the faster Charlotte gets her ass out of NXT and back on the main roster, the better. That's what I think. And if anybody is going to win the title from her, it's going to be Rhea. It's going to be Rhea.
She's beat everybody, though. She's already started to programs with everybody, right?
Oh, yeah. That's another thing. She's already beat everybody's ass.
Yep.
She's already been in feuds with everybody on the main roster. That's the only thing I like about her being in NXT. So, I don't know. Never mind. I'm gonna go with the fact I think she's gonna retain.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on. Then we're gonna go ahead and move on from NXT. Now let's go ahead and jump on to now AEW. Now AEW, obviously, they have a pay-per-view coming up, which is obviously Double or Nothing coming up this Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. We will review the card shortly, but the only thing I want to highlight this segment of this week's Dynamite, I want to go ahead and highlight actually. I really want to know what are you guys' thoughts of Brody Lee's character as of right now? Obviously, we saw the first segment, at the start of the show. For me, it's just, I'll give mine first right away. Straight out Vinnie Mac, straight out pretty much clowning Vince, like straight to the teeth, my opinion, that he's clowning him straight out. The way how he's dressed. Do I like it? No. Does it fit for him? No. It looks weak to me. I think he should have been a really strong guy, kind of like Lance. Like Lance came in, Archer came in with a strong body. I wish it could have built him that type of way. Or put him with Lance with fucking Jake the Snake. That would have been great too. And a great faction there would not be bad at all. But I don't like this character. I don't like this Dark Order, type of shit. I don't like it. But this Dork Order, sorry, Jim. Don't sue me. Don't not call Steve Pini, all right? but I don't know. I don't like it. Mike, what are your thoughts about that segment? Tell me, what do you think?
Yeah, I really think Brody is going to lose. He's going around with the belt, and from what I've noticed over time or in history, wrestling history, if you're carrying around the belt, that means you're going to lose it, right? If it doesn't belong to you. Moxley has to get it back. Will that set up yet another match on a pay-per-view or whatever? Maybe. As far as the character, it needs work. It needs more development, which I think that he shouldn't have been put in the title match or the title picture just yet. Maybe he should have gone against Cody instead of Lance, or something else other than the title. I would have wanted to see Jake Hager go on a little bit longer with Moxley. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I have Moxley winning the belt back, so we'll see what happens.
Josh, your thoughts?
I might be the only one liking the fucking Brody Lee character. I like the new gimmick. I just don't like the fucking Dork Order. I hate that shit. Who the fuck is supposed to give a damn if Ten's arm gets broke? We don't even know who the fuck Ten is. He's fucking under a mask. He's a nobody. Moxley threatens to break his arm, and we're like, so what? We don't break his arm.
It's fucked up, man.
Break his arm. break his leg.
Moxley went heel for me, man. I was like, fuck that. They were like, bullying him, man. That's straight up bully. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yo, he just had a straight up wrestling match with you. He didn't cheat or nothing.
Nobody cares about fucking any of these creepers under the mask. I hate that shit. That's the only thing that I hate about the Dark Order. It probably could have been a good thing, but there's too many fucking clowns in the group. Like Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, who thank God we haven't saw recently. And then all these other guys, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fuck all them. Fuck all them. What I think. It's stupid. But if he just had this character with maybe different people, I think it would work without creepers with masks on. If he had this character with other people, maybe it would work better. As for him winning the title, I don't think it's going to happen, but because there's an easy way out of this. How many fucking people got released from WWE not too long ago? There's somebody probably maybe going to show up. If the contract is not a 90-day no-compete clause, anybody could show up. Or it could be somebody from the AEW roster already to start a feud with Brody Lee. Something's going to happen, and Brody Lee is going to start a new feud. Somebody's going to probably cost him that match. Either way, Mox is going to walk out, still your champion. That's what I think.
Leo, your thoughts?
Wow, you guys talked about a lot there. Specifically on the whole Brody Lee character is what you want my thoughts on. I love it. Just because I dig the whole thing about you know, how he is the digs at Vince McMahon, but I don't think it's like digs. It's almost like this guy is like doing an homage to Vince. You know, like there's
I think it's fucking funny. It's funny.
Yeah,
there's
there's a you can tell there's a level of fondness in the character. Like he still has a soft spot for Vinnie Mac in his heart. And
Yeah.
you have something to say about that?
No, I think he doesn't. What I think it is, I think he's trying to prove to Vinnie Mac that he can be this character, because it was Vinnie Mac that was like didn't like it because he couldn't do like a southern accent, and that's what killed the whole fucking. That's a whole push on him. I think it's just like he's really trying to push this character to prove to Vince McMahon that he is, that he can do it.
I can agree with that. I agree with that.
I think he's pretty good at promos. When he was Luke Harper, I didn't see much of his mic work for obvious reasons, but now I can definitely see his range. He has a good speaking voice, and I feel Vince dropped the ball on that. I
do think he should have came out with Jake though. I think that would have fit a lot better.
That would have fit better.
Yeah,
and it would have made the Dark Order look a little tougher too if you had Jake actually as the, the guy in the ear of the big dude.
See, why did they just put Jake as the manager and put Lance Archer with the group too?
Or all of those guys in the Dark Order, which now you have a scary group.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know about Uno and Grayson though.
Oh no! Get rid of Uno.
Get rid of them.
Yeah,
they could kick them out. They'll just like, this is the Dark Order now. Like, they're the boot out of their own cult. Yeah, and that would be hard.
Go back to being Smash Brothers again.
Yeah, and now you got yourself a respectable faction.
Yeah, because I agree with you on that, Rob. Because that will make the meaning of Dark Order. Like, think about it, like how Jake's mentality, his mind, like what he has, and the way how we all seen this promo back in the 80s. We saw it how it was. Fucking nailed it. To
one take, Jake. God damn it.
One take, Jake.
This Dark Order, man, it could have been so much better, man. I don't see why Stu Grayson and Evil Uno even have a fucking job at AEW. If you want to bring in Eric Rowan, a lot of people don't. But I'd like to see him in that group too. He don't have to be the leader, but he could be like, another member, another beast. And you could put Lance Archer in there too, and then you got Brody Lee as the leader. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's better than 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. Fuck those.
Like how Jim Cornette says, bunch of outlaws.
No, let's not even do anything like let's not explain anything. Like, okay, so we have number 10, right? Yeah. Okay, so just next week, number 10 is Eric Rowan, and don't ever mention that he was fucking had a different body and everything. Just that was 10 the whole time. Eric, holy shit!
Eric, hey, just all of a sudden mask him and be like,
he was 10 this whole time.
We had no idea.
We had no idea, but his body shape changed.
And you'll still have to on his it is you.
It's you. It was you the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Wait, but he'll have a cast on. He'll have a cast on this time.
I fucking love it. I love it. But let's go ahead and move on with that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and move on to, obviously, one of the highlights of Dynamite that I actually enjoyed was obviously Rey Fenix and Orange Cassidy. Was not a bad – I think that was the best match in the card in that night. Enjoyed it. Obviously, Phoenix, Cassidy lost, but that was expected. Here's my main question on – besides the match being great, I'm pretty sure you guys will agree with that. I don't see no disagreements. I hope not. American Hero, I'm looking at you especially because you might disagree with that sometime.
We'll see.
But we'll see right now. That's what I'm going to ask you first. But I'll have very plain and simple to you, Mr. American Hero. Great match or no? And do you feel that this Orange Cassidy character is going to build up to be like what we saw yesterday, more frustrating type of, a storyline. I'll give you an example. Kind of like Daniel, close to like Daniel Bryan. I'm not trying to compare him to Daniel Bryan, not to ring skills, but the storyline wise. Like, oh yeah, getting pumped up and then you start beating the shit out of everybody. So, all right, your thoughts about it?
So my thoughts on the match or Orange
Both.
Cassidy?
Both.
Let's see. I feel okay. So Orange Cassidy to me was new when I started watching AEW, and I saw his character, and very laid back, and kind of didn't care. And I remember thinking to myself, well, how is this guy gonna like, for example, get a hot tag or get all pumped up and stuff? Like, how is that gonna happen? With being so calm. But definitely he after seeing his matches, and especially like the this past one, the creativity that he has with that character is more than I could have seen. There was this move that he did that I did not see coming. He had his hands in his pocket, and he grabbed Phoenix's feet, and there was like a roll or something, and overall, I'm impressed with his in-ring style. He opens up more. He opened my mind up to new moves that could be done with your hands in your pocket. Can you imagine that? It's crazy.
I agree with that.
High flying stuff. It's crazy. Definitely impressive. He doesn't need to say much in the mic because that's what his character is. But man, I'm a fan. I can honestly say that I'm a fan of Orange Cassidy. Definitely one of my top or one of my favorites in AEW for sure.
Leo, your thoughts about this?
Okay.
He ain't gonna like it.
I love it.
He got the Jim
I love it.
Cornette shirt on. How can
Just say you love it. But he has a Jim Cornette. But he has a Jimmy. I'm waiting.
Okay. Can I just say that
I love it.
the Orange Cassidy gimmick just screams social anxiety. He looks like the fucking kid from Big Daddy. He grew up and never took the sunglasses off because he didn't want to be fucking seen.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a stupid.
But I love it.
It's a stupid.
He
gimmick.
fucking wrestles really cool. He puts his hands in his pockets. You know what though? I'll give him his due. He's really fucking like inventive with the way he does his shit. Like, it's super clever. I dig it. Him versus Phoenix is a weird match, but their styles clash in such a way that it's fun.
Works.
I would have liked to see somebody catch Phoenix in that whole.
Oh my God.
And that flippy floppy bullshit he did and decided to land on nothing.
Oh.
But
I look bad.
Damn, burn.
that fucking my favorite thing of the whole everything was before the match on the last episode when he fucking kicked his head off.
Oh my God, yes. I loved it.
Crazy.
He came out of nowhere literally wow.
That was
fucking amazing.
I think it was good though, man. Like
quality.
Yeah.
It was good quality. Good quality shit. Damn it.
Yes.
Rob,
I like it.
No, I mean, I liked it. I liked the pairing. It was a good match. I mean, it was solid. And you're gonna get a solid match from Phoenix anytime, anyways. But I thought it was good, man. I really like Orange Cassidy. I think even like later on, like he can grow from that character and still keep that move set and tweak it out a little bit, and he'll be all right. Like, that character can grow. You can do a lot with it. And I think he has a lot more to show off. He's just going it's very slow and subtle, but it's very it's memorable.
Like, imagine if Drew Gulak goes there for a minute and does a program with Orange Cassidy.
oh my God.
It's money.
And you might very well see that. I mean,
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Mr. Horton, Killa, what are your thoughts about that one?
Now, I really don't like the fucking gimmick. I don't like the sloth shit. I'm gonna call him sloth. Jim Cornette calls him pockets. I call him sloth. But this fucking match, man, I'm seeing a whole different side of Orange Cassidy. This guy, I didn't even know he was a 16-year veteran. Like I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
And
didn't
then-
know.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I'm watching this match, and this motherfucker can go when he wants to. He's going all over the fucking place.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
putting on a fucking clinic.
It's just like the Undertaker.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
that's
The pace of the match
Yeah.
is very Undertaker-ish, dude.
Yeah.
Because he'll slow it up and then we'll go real quick and then he'll stop it up. And then again, like goes up and down, up and down. I love it.
Oh, it was definitely the fucking natural
Yeah.
tonight. Ain't nobody
Yeah.
can argue. I don't think anybody can argue that.
no.
But damn, yeah. What the fuck, man? Yeah, they said somebody else could potentially miss the ladder match, or and it's got to be. It probably might be Phoenix. After that bump. I hope it's not. Is it
No,
not?
he's not because he just lost air. So
All right.
So what I read, he's fine.
That fucking bump
okay.
looked bad, bro.
He's,
That
yeah,
bump-
the way how I saw that, I mean, if you pay attention closely, you could tell. Like you know how the obviously the ring raptors obviously, and then himself in the ring, how it's so close. He tried to avoid hitting that. So, but he was expecting
Somebody
out
catch
there to catch him, and you could tell that nobody catched him. They only catch his legs, but not his back.
Everybody's falling back.
he didn't time it right.
He didn't jump far enough out either.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he knew. If you saw it, he's like, shit. All right,
He came
if
down
I jump
hard.
high, he'll know he'll hit the floor. The other side of the ramp, and we'll miss everybody completely. Remind you that he's a high flyer. You know it too. He's a hell of a high flyer.
Like a ton of
He's
bricks,
bar
dude.
wrestling.
That dude that came down hard and fast, and nobody was ready for that shit. He's like, oh, you just heard that shit coming out your chest, dog.
It looked bad. But speaking of look bad, I think the other one, I want to get your thoughts about this one now moving forward. I want to go ahead and move forward. I'm not going to get into, obviously, the match of the women's tag match that happened in AEW, which was, Chris, the Andromeda, Chris Statlander, and obviously, Miss Shida against, Britt Baker and Nyla Rose. But you saw that little injury, right? Where you saw how Lander and Shida throw Nyla Rose right on top of Britt Baker's knee. I don't think she might be in this card coming up this weekend. So far, what I know that I'm reading about, what I've been researching, she's question mark. But I want to give your thoughts like right away because I want to go ahead and move forward with Matt Hardy, Sammy G, and obviously the ending segment so we can move on to the AEW card. Just very quick, what are you guys' thoughts of this women's division and how it's booked recently? So I'm going to go ahead and start it off with Mr. Horton. I want to get your thoughts about this AEW's women's division. What are your thoughts?
I think it's the worst fucking women's division that there is in America, or much less any other fucking country. I think New Japan has a better women's division than they don't even have one. This shit sucks. And Britt Baker, I seen her there where she's possibly injured, and that's one of their top women. And she's not even all that. I mean, that's one of your top female talent, and she's still not all that because she hasn't had time to develop, So no diss to her. She's still got plenty of time to grow and learn and all that. She's going to get good. She's going to get great, but she hasn't had the time to do that yet. But she, to me, is the best they have besides Shida. Shida and her are the two top female talents in that women's division. As for the fucking tag team match they had on Dynamite, it was boring as fuck. I couldn't get into it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really couldn't get into it. I was on my phone. I couldn't get into it. It sucked. So if Britt Baker does happen to be injured, then who the fuck's going to take her place? Doesn't she have a match at the pay-per-view?
Yeah, against Chris Statlander.
Yeah. So who's going to take her fucking place?
We gotta wait and see.
I mean,
who was fired recently?
Sarah Logan.
Sarah Logan.
That's a perfectly suitable replacement, though.
But does she have a 90-day no complete cause?
That's the question.
They had 30-day NXT.
I hate them.
But she was main roster already, man.
Yeah.
I hate those fucking 90-day no compete clauses. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
And I hate the fact that they won't let the wrestlers take their fucking name that they make for themselves somewhere else, because they always can come back and they already built that name up more. So that's just stupid too, you know.
I'll tell you what though, if she is injured, that's what happens when you don't have a performance center.
Thank you.
Ridiculous, stupid shit like that move. That was a dumb move to do, and it looked like she got hurt, and it looked like you would hurt somebody by doing it.
It looked bad.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt. Like,
I feel like she's been getting hurt a lot recently.
Yeah, but when you don't have a performance center, yep. They thought that shit up in the back. They're like, oh, this will be great.
Nope. So yeah, well, finish it off, Rob. Mr. What a Mess. Finish the mess up. Your thoughts about that?
For what, that match?
Yeah.
I'm not really invested in it, man. Like, you know, like.
Or even the women's division?
Not really. Like, I'm not. No. No, it really hasn't caught my attention. Like, nothing. Yeah. Really, on AEW, he's right. That roster is not impressive. They're not
the fucking NWA has a better women's division than AEW, and they're so much smaller. How does this happen? Fucking Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, what are you thinking? He's the one booking this shit. What the fuck is he thinking?
To be honest, there's like a handful of really good women's wrestlers on the AEW roster.
Barely.
I mean, okay, well, think about it. You got Britt. She's pretty good.
Yeah.
You got Hikaru Shida. She's pretty, she's actually really good. Chris Statlander's really good. B. Priestley's really good.
Yeah.
Who else is on there? Nyla, of course. I love Nyla.
Can't do it.
I got a soft spot. I hung out with her like for a whole weekend.
That's being biased though. Just because you hung out with her.
But
you know what I'm saying? If I hang out with Nia Jax in a couple of days, I'm not gonna be on here. That's the greatest rapper.
No, I mean, but also neither would I.
Never know what you're doing, maybe. You come back walking all bow-legged and man, like, yeah,
I don't remember much.
Never know. Motherfucker come back falling in love.
But it was a great time.
Oh my god. Mike, your thoughts about this?
I mean, like he was saying that, the talent is there. Whoever's booking it needs, to kind of focus on the story aspect of it,
I feel like those young girls are at a disadvantage.
Wait, Deonna Purrazzo just got released too.
Oh yeah, that's who the fuck they need right there, Deonna Purrazzo, man. But
she's got the 30
with
days.
her.
Yeah, she has a 30-day too.
Yeah,
I think whenever she was released.
Whenever it's free and clear for her to go to AEW, that right there.
Has it been a month?
She should be the top.
Bro, I don't think so.
She was at the first wave, wasn't she?
No, because you're right, Rob. Because
don't forget about damn it, Rachel
Evers.
Yeah, she got released too.
Yeah.
So there's two right there.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're talking. Now you're catching some interest.
Yeah, but the problem. But I think those two women are able to help that division. Britt should have helped that division already, but I feel that because she's a veteran. Britt is a veteran for I can't really recall.
I thought she only been wrestling 4 years.
No, she wrestled longer than that because she's been around our ROH, especially in the women's division in ROH. She's been around the indie scene, and so she's been around. The thing is, I would have expected her to help that division to build better. But the thing is that obviously, because Omega brought,
we had to get Rio.
First ever champion.
Rio. I'm not disregarding none of those women's talents. The problem is that it's not planned professionally, and like how Robert said, there's not a performance. because
So
none
the
of these, the booking is even horrible. There's not a storyline. It ain't shit. You're not building a storyline with this.
Yeah, I know nothing about these
You're
ladies.
just, yeah.
Like, I know nothing about anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
maybe they should keep them on AEW Dark till they get it figured out.
Like I have no idea what any one of their finishers are.
exactly.
there you go.
Like
There you go.
that should not be happening.
Exactly. No, I agree, Mike. What?
I think that Britt Baker should get away from the whole dentist thing. Really, I was watching her Titantron, and it said things like the doctor will see you now, open wide, and it just seems kind of corny to me.
That's
she should
gold.
Get away
That's
from
gold. Yeah, you're not seeing
If her Titantron is open wide, that's okay.
Come on. That's gold, dog.
I wasn't sure if y'all knew it or not.
Yeah, dude.
But y'all said it. I was going to tell y'all that. Did y'all know that Britt is a dentist?
Doctor.
Yo, I could get a version of the
DMD.
DDT. Yeah,
That's all they talk about. That's all they talk about.
Yeah, but we don't want to get into that. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
came shot. All that, dude.
Well, you know what? Well, let's go ahead and move forward obviously, to the end segment of the AEW. Obviously, Matt Hardy versus Sammy G. I'm going to say this about Sammy G right away. I've seen him in AAA, especially AAA, and then also other indie promotions that I'm not going to give credit to Leo and Rob because they really wanted to introduce me more into him. Sammy G is the best seller in that fucking roster. He's the motherfucker that took the golf cart shot, the super kick. He can sell. He made Matt Hardy look great in that match. You cannot disagree with me on that. And if you do, kiss my ass. No, that's bullshit. He sold it to Matt Hardy. He made Matt Hardy look good. Remember last week, I said that he should retire on the last week episode.
Yep.
This one looked like great. Sammy G made him look great. So I'm going to start off because obviously Mr. Leo DeCoy has the belt. So start off with you. Thoughts?
I disagree. Drop Chow because I'm going to pucker up. No. You know why? Okay, I will give it to you. He does sell amazing. Okay, but part of that comes with continuing that selling. Like fucking what was Shivani saying? Oh, it's like when he's all of a sudden better, like when he's selling, yeah, it looks great, but he needs to keep it going. I need to feel that Sammy Guevara is injured. Like if he got run over by the golf cart last week, I want to see him like cutting a promo from his doctor bed with like a hot nurse or something, and he just can't make it to Dynamite the next day.
He needs to be limping into
like he shouldn't be like. He shouldn't be like, all of a sudden he pops up and then, he can do all this shit and then all of a sudden he's hurt. Then he can pop up again. Like, if you're going to sell it, man, like the way that you look like you died, then die. But I love him. He's a nice guy.
I mean, in that case, with that logic, I think Rey Mysterio should have been dead.
Oh, I'm waiting for the funeral.
I mean, they threw him off a building. Like where?
Well, no, Rey Mysterio can fly. They've said this before. Aleister Black is obviously some sort of demon.
Makes sense.
Mike, you already started off, so
no, yeah. I'll say this. I'm not too into the whole independence, and I'm not as diverse in all the other wrestling federations. So when AEW came around, I saw it as an opportunity to get to know other wrestlers outside of WWE. Sammy Guevara, to me, is one of those wrestlers that has stood out, and I like seeing his matches. It's something new to me, and that front, 450 or whatever that he does, awesome. I haven't seen that ever.
He's never heard of Ricochet.
No, I'm sure.
Ricochet.
So seeing these other wrestlers or kind of seeing more out there, kind of has opened things up for me. And, you know, I definitely enjoy his matches, and I look forward to seeing what they have for him in the future. As far as the selling, I think that if you're playing the heel and you're being the one that's causing the damage, then, you know, you should be kind of, you know, doing the damage, not taking it. He should have been. I don't think he should be as getting it hurt as much as he is. He should be causing the pain on the other person, or, you know, kind of like how, you know, when they have them in the headlock and, you know, they're trying to get the crowd to get behind them and stuff. He should be that. But, you know, I actually would like to see him as a face. So we'll see what happens there.
I disagree with that. I think he's too small of a guy to be putting that, like, stopping people in a headlock like that. Like, it's not believable. You know, he's got to be that hit run kind of deal. Like, and him as a face, it would be like annoying. I'd be like, I don't think I can stand that. I think him as a heel is perfect. He's cocky, he's arrogant, he's young, he's solid. He's a wrestler. He's got it.
Well, finish it off. I mean, there you go. You came in right in.
I think he's gonna hit him up.
He's gonna hit him.
Might
hit him up. All right, Mr. JB.
Never know in this quarantine, man.
What you got with Mr. Killa? What are your thoughts?
Man, like JR said, man, as soon as fucking Matt Hardy hit the twist of fate, like he said, if that's not it, if it's not over, I'm gonna call somebody. And then he kicks out, and JR says, "Where's my phone? Where's my phone?" You know what I mean? This motherfucker, Sammy, he sells the damn Twisted Fate better than anybody. But if you're gonna sell it like that, then at least fucking end the match. You know what I mean? If you're gonna sell it that hard, that's got to be the finish, right?
Yeah, you broke your neck, man. Like,
yeah, this motherfucker sells it like he broke his fucking neck. In the fucking that's why JR probably thought it was over.
Yeah,
give me my phone. I'm gonna call somebody because this shit's over with. You know, that's what JR said. But I think Sammy, man, I think he's a great talent. I don't think he's the next Eddie Guerrero. I really don't. Maybe Garza Jr. is.
Were there people saying that?
Yeah.
No.
There wasn't
I don't know.
People. There wasn't.
Maybe the next Hooven dude.
You know what?
JR said that.
You're on it. You're right. You're right.
Wait, but he doesn't know who that is.
Oh no, he does. He doesn't know. He hired him. You know, remember? He hired him when they went. He hired him.
Mexico's. I'm sorry.
Mexico's. Remember Hobie?
Yeah.
Hobie Juice.
Yeah, could you imagine them trying to pull
back? Hoobie wrote me back on Instagram the other day. I forgot what the fuck I said to him. But yeah. Sandy G.
They should do a Dark Side of the Ring on him.
He just replied with a dollar amount.
Oh man. Yeah. The ego.
You have my jacket.
Oh my god. You get my jacket. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving it very much. But yeah, no, you know what? I agree with Mr. DeCoy that because he does remind you of Hoovy when he was young back in his prime. His charisma reminds me of that too. His cockiness, hell yeah, I give it to him 100%. I do see Sammy G. He's your goofy heel, but you know he's gonna be your backbone though. Like, yeah, you may see him goofy as of right now, but watch. Later on, he's going to be the backbone of it.
I could see him pulling off whatever this TNT title coming up. I could see him doing that.
Yeah.
I could see him going for him, for sure. Like, I could see him on that, and even probably going further. But, like, yeah, I could see him holding a major title like that. For sure. Absolutely.
So now you're moving forward with that. Let's go ahead and move forward with the Double or Nothing pay-per-view card. So let's go ahead and move forward with that. Obviously, we're not going to go through. I'll name the card of it, but I want you guys to choose which one you feel will be the highlight of the night. But before we do, the one I'm going to choose first because I want everybody's opinion. I want to know obviously we know about the casino ladder match. There's one more spot open. Who do you guys think is it going to be? So I'll start it off with Mr. DeCoy. Who is going to take that spot? Who do you think it is? That mystery, the mystery one. Would it be in a roster or someone out of the roster?
All right, the mystery person. I mean, I don't see why it couldn't be somebody that you guys didn't think of, like Jeff Cobb. You know, like I could see Jeff Cobb coming in, just because. I mean, that's a cool spot to heat him up. And then if Moxley retains, like everybody's saying, they think that he's going to retain. Then there's some unfinished business there-ish, or at least something to do. If he were to come in and win it, of course. Or you could do the Drew Gulak thing. That's always cool. I wouldn't have Drew Gulak win it, and come in on it. But having him be a surprise would be really cool. But otherwise, I mean, I couldn't even imagine who else besides.
Well, who would you choose?
Where's Brian Cage right now?
Oh, he signed with Impact.
He did sign?
He re-signed?
He re-signed?
No, he's no. As of right now, he's a free agent. You know what? I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah,
he didn't resign. So
that's who they need right there.
Yeah, I can see him coming in.
There's an outside one, and it might happen just because nobody would expect it. I don't know if you guys have been watching Power, the NWA, but Ricky Starks just got off his contract too.
Ah, yes, you're right about that.
EC3,
yes.
And he's really good.
EC3 might be another one.
EC3 too, but the 90-day thing.
No, yeah. I think wait, because he's already been shooting promos.
No, he's
able to shoot promos. It depends when he was released.
No, he's able to shoot promos. That doesn't matter. Like promos, he can do.
Wait, is it 30 days?
No, because
he was on the main roster. He was main roster though.
He was main roster. It's 90 days. Yeah. So I don't know. It's not gonna be EC3. So okay. So choose out of all the ones. Leo, choose your one. Choose your number one. What do you think it is?
Well, I mean, of all those ones, I don't know. I like Jeff Cobb a lot just because of all those, he's my favorite out of those ones. So I'm gonna go with Jeff Cobb, just for random outside, sort of thing.
All right, Mr. What a Mess. What do you think? Who you choose?
I think it's gonna be Drew Gulak. Honestly, I really do think it's gonna be him. I'm rooting for Brian Cage because I would like to see him in the AEW. And I think it'd be right now. Would be a good time too. Like the guy's a beast, and shoot him to the main. Him and Moxley, and he's legit, dude. Like he's gonna put on a good show, and plus he's just dope. Yeah. So, but I think it's gonna be Drew Gulak.
All right, you say Drew Gulak. All right, Mr. Reputation Killer. Who do you got coming out? That mystery person.
Oh, man, I don't even know when a lot of these guys' contracts is up and how many of them have no 90-day complete clauses, But if I have to go with one or two, it's going to be down between Brian Cage and Drew Gulak, like they said. But I think maybe Gulak because he didn't fucking re-sign. Maybe he's going to show up.
And there's talk already about like it'd be quick and swift. It'd be abrupt,
Yeah.
Like fuck you then. And then if he gets the money that he wanted, slap in the face.
It is going to be a slap in the face. I agree with you on that. Mr. American Hero, who you think will be the mystery guy in that ladder match?
There can only be one, and it has to be the Icon Sting. Coming to AEW, making an appearance, and taking the title shot and redeeming himself for that terrible WWE run.
On a ladder match?
What do you?
On a ladder match.
Drew Gulak.
Hey, maybe he'll come out like Brock did towards the end and just walk out and win it.
This is why they're losing me, man. Like you just really like my stomach just sank right now when he said it because they're like, damn, that might happen, and that'll be horrible.
Oh my god,
that'd be so horrible. Like you have a chance to bring somebody in, high profile debut, and then you bring Sting. Yeah, dude, it ain't Sting no more, dude. Like the Undertaker. Like you can't bring Undertaker. Like stop it already. Yeah, like you can't do it no more. It's painful.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're just wasting it, man.
Yeah.
No more cinema matches.
No. But well, so that's your pick, Mr. American Hero. But you know what? I forgot about Rob reminded me about Brian Cage. You know what? I would not be surprised. So I have to go with Brian Cage at this one because I forgot that he's a free agent and people wanted to. Correct me if I'm wrong. People wanted to see Brian Cage versus Kenny Omega. The machines. Do not forget. You have, you remember that beat. The machine.
I hope it is him.
But
remember that beat.
You know what the rumor was?
No,
you know what the rumor was? The rumor was when I went on the Jericho cruise was he was supposed to have debuted there on that episode of Dynamite, but then he got injured. He was already supposed to be coming.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I'm going with Brian Cage on that one.
All right, I'll go with Brian Cage on that one. Okay, so we already moved on with that mystery one. Now, out of the whole PPV card, I'll go ahead and name it. Obviously, we know the buy-in, which is obviously Private Party versus Best Friends. We'll make that very quick and simple. I'll choose right away. I choose Best Friends winning that one. So I'll give it off to Mr. American Hero. What do you think? Will it win that one? Will be Private Party or will be Best Friends? I'm just choosing it.
Yeah, let's go with Private Party. Why not, right?
Okay.
I think they could.
So we got one out of one. Mr. Horton, what are you choosing that one in the buy-in?
I'm with my Private Party.
All right. Mr. What a Mess, what do you think will win that one?
I'm Private Party. I'll go over on it.
That's all right. That's straight. Mr. DeCoy, what do you think?
It's Private Party.
All right, there you go. So obviously I will lose that one. We'll find out next week. So all right, and then obviously we don't know if it's a Britt Baker and Chris Hunter might happen. That's a question mark. But if it does happen, which I don't think it will, but if it does, I'll go with Baker. Easy squash match will be easy for me. Mike,
I agree. Yeah, let's go with Britt Baker. Yeah.
This reputation killer.
Britt Baker. Same.
What a mess.
I don't know.
You don't really give a shit about that much.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just.
All right, Mr. DeCoy.
It's not interesting unless one of us disagrees. So I'm gonna go with Statlander just because, if you look in the case of the Young Bucks, and then putting over Private Party way back when, that was the whole thought process where that was gonna happen. So boom, just Statlander.
Agreed. So we got that out of the way, out of the buy-in, obviously, and then the one match that I'm actually this match I'm actually curious, and I think how we were explaining earlier about the takeover with Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I'm hoping this will be a steel show, which will be MJF and Jungle Boy. I hope that match could be a stealer because that one will tell a story, and I love MJF. Because he's a storyteller. Jungle Boy is the underdog, so I'll make it very simple. I will go with MJF. So I'll start off with you, Mr. DeCoy. We're gonna go opposite way around. What do you think?
So that's exactly right. We're gonna go with MJF, but we're also gonna go with the asterisk that Jungle Boy is gonna come out of this smelling like roses.
Yeah. Yep.
Mr. What a Mess, what do you think?
I agree. It's going to be, he's going to put him over, but MJF is definitely going to go over on it. But, Jungle Boy's going to put on the show. Everyone's going to be – they're going to pull the heartstrings on this one. And, I think this might steal the show. I think it might be the best match of the night.
The sleeper match.
Yeah.
Definitely. JB, Mr. Horton, what you got for us? Waiting for your response.
What did you say?
Wait, what?
Nah, the shit froze up. The shit froze up.
All right, go ahead. Who do you choose?
It's obvious, man. I'm better than you and you know it.
That's right.
MJF.
American Hero? What do you got for us?
MJF.
There you go. We all agree on that. We got MJF winning that one. Now let's go ahead and actually move on to the rest of the card, which will be obviously the Nyla Rose and Shida match. I want to make it short and simple. We already had a discussion about that. I was going to name it Nyla. That's it. I don't know what to talk about. I want to move forward. I apologize to the women viewers, not disrespecting them. It's just not my interest.
Shida's gonna win now because you did all that. She's gonna like watch this video specifically. She's not, that's it. She's gonna win now.
I just want to see a good match be put on, and like.
No, Nyla's gonna win. We all know.
All right, Rob.
Yeah, Nyla, I guess.
All right.
I just want to see a good match, man. I want to see something good though.
Josh.
I'm hoping Shida wins. I'm gonna go with Shida.
All right. Mike.
Yeah, let's go with Shida. Why not? Let's change things up.
All right. Now we move on to the TNT Championship. Now that's the one that I won't go details because I already want to go ahead and move this forward. I see Lance. You invested on Lance? Give it to Lance. Mr. DeCoy, what do you take?
I mean, my head says that he agrees with you, but my heart does not. Because, Lance would be great for it, but then he's just gonna sit there with it for a while, I want him to still look like a beast, but I don't want him to have that just yet, just coming in right at the bat, It means much more later on. So, not Lance.
All right. Mr. Rob.
I'm going with Cody, man.
Cody?
Yeah, Cody should have rocked that first title.
Yeah, it means so much more.
Because he's not getting that world title, he's never gonna. But like this one, he should. Yeah, he should, and he's been putting on quality matches forever. Yeah, he's been the storyline, for sure.
Definitely. I agree with you saying that in a way, because remember they said this the title's not ranked, not based on rank, so we'll find out with that one. Mr. Reputation Killer, who do you got winning that one?
I think Cody's going to win because Mike Tyson's there for a reason, and Lance Archer is the heel.
Ooh.
So who the fuck's going to catch that fucking right hand?
He already said that he's trying to fight Mike. He's already saying he's going to try to knock him out. Like, we'll see. And this is new Mike. This is in shape Mike.
Yeah, I think Cody's going to win, and then Archer's going to get pissed and try to get Mike's face, and then bam. And that's what's going to happen. That's what I think. Mr.
Hero, what do you got on this one?
I've said for the past 2 weeks, I think Archer's going to win it. I want to see a moment between Tyson and Jake the Snake. A little moment, even if they don't, get physical, but, a little moment. It'll be interesting to see. But I also think that, if you have Mike Tyson there, the image of Tyson putting the belt around Cody would be very, very cool. And it's a shame we won't get that with the audience,
Oh, definitely.
Tyson's going to bite the head off the snake.
Hey, he busted.
And then knock out Archer and just grip that.
He might buy the motherfucker's ear off.
That would just be sick. Just see him just.
That would be funny. All right, so I want to go in the chat. All right, just a quick question. You guys want to choose your AEW championship, or you guys already know? We discussed that earlier, so I don't know if I want to move forward with that, or you guys want to discuss it. For me, there's no questions asked. Obviously, we chose Moxley. I don't think Brody will win it. I choose Moxley. Does everybody agree or not or disagree?
I agree.
Everybody.
I'm going Moxley.
Okay.
No, they're going with the authority angle. Duh. It's gonna be the whole authority thing, and Vince McLee is gonna hold the belt, and then eventually Abeyance will hold the belt, and then we're gonna get a Dynamite tournament for it.
All right, we'll find that out. We'll definitely will. Now the main event, we'll find that out, Mr. McLee. We'll find that out. Now,
this is what happens when you do a 2-hour podcast and you let me drink the whole time.
Yeah,
So what? Because I mean, that's the beauty of it. That this is supposed to be a debate. That's the point of it, and it's not a 2-hour, anyways. But
no one's disagreeing with me.
Nobody's agreeing with me at all.
No, I mean like pre-show, not this.
This has been the fucking best debate we had so far. Actually,
Absolutely, it's the best one. I love it. Now obviously the main event, which is the Elite versus the Inner Circle in that Stadium Stampede match. Don't want to go too far details. It looks like it's. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen. It looks like obviously brawl for all, every word type of shit. How it was when it was Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega versus Jericho and
Is this a cinematic type of?
What's the stipulation?
Well, supposedly it says they're gonna have. I think I'm not sure how many rings in the 50-yard in the 50-yard line. No, they're gonna have one ring in the 50-yard line.
In the middle. Yeah,
they're gonna have
you're right.
a bunch of shit going on.
Yeah, but they're gonna have a bunch of shit, and you know what? I agree. This is gonna be like another cinematic.
It's gonna be a fucking mess.
Cinematic is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a goofy, funny match. That's what I feel, and I think the way it's gonna take it is, it's gonna be the Elite this time. I think it's gonna be the Elite.
I hope it's not like that.
Well, give me. I already got my answer. The Elite. So now go right ahead. What a mess.
No. I mean, like, I hope it's not that style of match. Like, I hope it's not like Money in the Bank kind of bullshit. Like, I don't want to see anything like that.
Definitely,
like, I don't. But who knows? It could be great.
Yeah. So who do you choose?
Oh fuck! I don't know, man.
That's tough.
I don't know who comes out on top of it. Probably the Elite. Fuck you, Jericho.
All right, Inner Circle.
Yeah.
Mr. DeCoy, who do you got?
Well, I'm gonna go with Inner Circle, but I'm gonna go with because Paige joins the Inner Circle.
I like that. I'm gonna keep that in mind, and I can't wait to watch Double or Nothing on that.
What does she do?
All right.
Sabotage. I got all your cell phones.
All right, I got all your cell phones. Mr. Hero, who do you got winning this one?
I think the Elite's going to win. They have the thing on the grass already, so they have that prepared. I hope that it's a fun match. I'm guessing it's not going to be cinematic because it's going to be live. So we'll see how that goes. Bring it on. And to me, when I hear about this match, it reminds me of the video games where you could just go and run around all over the place and make hit people with all sorts of things. So
how do you win this match?
How do you win this match? I guess pinfall. Hopefully it's
balls count anywhere.
Balls count anywhere.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
So it's gonna be a Texas tornado style, just fucking all over the place.
Yep.
All hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks loose.
And it's 5-on-5.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have 5 different scenarios. Wow, man.
Yeah. That's I know. I'm curious.
So it's gonna be spot after spot.
I think so too.
Spot after spot. This might be good.
I hope so.
Yeah, it might be good. Like it might be just like
I think they might try to top this over Taker and AJ in a way, or which I hope not. I hope they try to top this over Edge and Orton WrestleMania type of shit. I hope they do. But all right, Mr. Killer, what do you got?
I feel like they've been building to Hangman turn his back on the Elite for so long now. I think that's going to continue. I think that he's gonna do something to fucking cause the Elite the match to the Inner Circle. I don't think he's gonna join the Inner Circle, but I think he's gonna cause them the match, and this is gonna start something between him and Omega, leading up to them possibly losing the tag team titles, and then a feud with those two. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna join the Inner Circle. I think that's what's gonna happen. What I just said, I think, yeah.
I think he should never. I think he shouldn't churn for like a long time. Like it should be like he's always gonna hint that he's gonna churn, but he never does. So then when it gets like when you think that he's not gonna churn, he never churns on him, and then he fucking churns. Yeah, I think they should hold off on it for a little while and just have that be the angle, I guess.
Hell, it's already been a pretty good while though. Like, and if it happens again this month. And he's like,
if he does it,
causing a match, it keeps building.
If he does it, then he should be trying to like overthrow Jericho.
Yeah.
Like it should be, but he should definitely join.
I would want to wait until we get the audience reaction for something like that,
Yeah.
For the payoff.
Then you could have Jericho go face.
That too, maybe that too. But you know what? I think the other thing that you guys got me thinking is Matt Hardy. What about he turns? And
Too soon.
I don't know.
But too soon. You never know. It could be unexpected. He has not been a heel since he, brought that broken character. He has not been a heel since TNA days. But that one we don't know. Maybe
he kicks it to the curb.
But yeah.
Because maybe we realize because like really it's not like it's missed this boat. I think like if this would have been like when that character had that momentum, I think it would have worked. But like it's been gone for so long and they like butchered it so much. That it's just like repetitious now, and it's not really intriguing.
That's
like
what
maybe
we talked about. That's what we talked about last week, wasn't it?
Yes, we did.
Kick it to the curb and just smash it and be like something else, and just dramatically change it.
Definitely. Well, definitely, ladies and gentlemen, that is the episode 3. Stay tuned to our next video as our guest as well. We're gonna go ahead and do our top 5 very shortly, and top 5 time. As now we're going to go ahead and move on. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. Right in the end of the video, you will see on the channel. Once again, I will see the host. Obviously, we have Mr. DeCoy. And we have Mr. What a Mess. I appreciate you guys joining us. I can't wait to hear you guys, your top 5 coming up. So, and we also have Mr. Killa and Mr. American Hero, the Money in the Bank hero, Mike Lopez. Say to you guys, salud. Thank you for watching episode 3, and watch the next video of our top 5 as we choose the best Dark Side of the Ring episodes from top to bottom. Stay tuned. Don't go away. Thank you for watching for episode 3. We love you. See you next time.